In this video, I'm teaching you the ins and outs of Google Calendar so you can make it your go-to planner. Whether you're a student, a working professional, or an entrepreneur, or somebody who just wants to be more organized, Google Calendar is a game changer that's going to help you master your productivity, time management, and scheduling skills. If you're like me, I was always trying to remember what I was doing each day. I thought that I could rely on my memory all the time, and it led to me forgetting about things all the time. In today's world, there's so much that we need to remember. There's so much that's coming at us, and it can get overwhelming sometimes. That's why I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about Google Calendar so you can set yourself up for success. Let's go. Okay, so this is what Google Calendar actually looks like here. And for you to get on this same screen as me, you're going to want to log into your Google account. If you don't have one already, I highly suggest you set one up because there are so many incredible features that you can use. But once you're logged in, what you're going to do is you're going to look at this icon here, and it's either going to be your preset picture or a picture that you've chosen for yourself. And right beside that is this little Rubik's Cube thing. And I want you to click on that. And this is going to show you all of the apps that you can use on Google here. So you might be on Gmail right now. You might be on Drive. You might be on just like the Google homepage. I want you to click Calendar, this little 31 calendar icon here. And it's going to bring you over to Google Calendar. And once you're here, your screen might look a little bit different than mine right now. And that's dependent on how you have your calendar set up to right now. So you're going to want to look at this little drop-down menu. And this is going to be the way that we view our calendar. So you can see it from a day point of view. You can see it from a week. You can see it from a month. You can see it from a year. You can do 4 days. Whichever one that you prefer, this is the way that you can view your calendar moving forward. So I like to use the week view. Feel free to use whichever one that you want to after this video, but for this video, we are going to be setting it up on the week view. And I really like this because it shows you every single day of the week, and it also shows you your hourly breakdown throughout the day. So you're able to really see your day from a different perspective, a different point of view. When you're able to visually see what your day looks like in that stacked format, you're able to see where things need to be getting done or where your time is throughout your day. And when you're able to be more strategic in your approach to your time management, this is going to be a complete game changer for your efficiency, your effectiveness, and your productivity moving forwards. And it's also going to help you understand where you can be, investing some time into yourself or investing some time into hanging out with your friends or that project that you're working on, whatever it may be. You're going to want to be able to see where your time is throughout your days and weeks moving forwards. And so once we're set up on here, now we can actually get ready into how do we actually plug stuff into our Google Calendar. And so what we can do is you can either go to this create button right here and you can do an event or a task, whichever one that you prefer. What I like to do is I just like to click on the calendar itself. So what you can do is just click on there, whatever hour you want to set something to. Let's say at 9 a.m., we want to be going to the gym. What we're going to do is we're going to click on 9 a.m. and then it's going to bring up this little thing that helps us kind of plan and get more of a description to the event. So we can type in gym. Boom, we have something scheduled into our Google Calendar now. Let's say the thing after the gym is we have work meetings. And our work meetings usually go for 2 hours. They're not just 1 hour. So what we want to do is we can drag this event and we can make it as long as we want and then just drop it wherever we want there. So we can make this 2 hours by just dragging this, or what you can do is you can click on this and go to this little edit icon here, that little pen icon. And this is going to bring you into editing your event now. And so what we can do is we can go, okay, is it on November 13th or is my work meetings? Oh, that's actually on Wednesday. I put that in on the wrong day. So these are actually on Wednesday now, and you're going to see it's actually moved itself for you now. But let's go back into here, edit icon, and we can go, okay, actually my work meetings are from 9:30 to 12:30. And we can see that has changed the event for us now. Back into the edit icon, we can say, okay, my work meetings are something that go from Wednesday, 9:30 to 12:30, but this actually happens every single Wednesday for me. And so instead of me just going into the event and going, okay, this happens on the 15th, I'm gonna go up, boom, to this little icon right here. This is going back and forth from the week. I'm not just gonna go plug in every single Wednesday that I want this event to be scheduled. I'm gonna go into this edit icon and see where it says does not repeat right here. You're gonna wanna click that, and that's gonna give you the ability to choose the frequency of this. So we can actually say, okay, this happens for me daily, or this happens weekly on Wednesday. Maybe this happens every single Monday to Friday. Maybe this is something that is, different. Maybe it's something that only happens on Mondays and Wednesdays, not Tuesday, Thursday, Friday as well. Maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or whatever it may be. We can get very strategic in the way that we set up our Google Calendar by using this feature right here. So again, that is right in here, this drop-down menu, and you can choose it either does not repeat, or you can choose the frequency to which it does repeat. We'll put weekly on Wednesdays for now. Okay, so now we're actually starting to get somewhere with this. We're starting to see some stuff popping in here. But I know that I go to the gym every single day. It's not just something that I do maybe, on Mondays at 9 to 10. I do this every single day from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to click on this event, and I want to go to this icon here again, that edit icon. And I want to go, okay, let's choose the frequency of this. Let's go custom, and we are going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to give myself a rest day on Sunday. But I don't want it to look the same as everything else. I want it to be something that is distinguished when I look at my calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and this little select event color, we can actually color coordinate our calendar now, and we can make things look different. So let's choose yellow. Boom, now we can see that the gym is plugged in. If we want to go in to this up here again, next week or previous week, we can see that now it's in there. We can actually see it in there now. And if I wanted to say, my work meetings are actually at 10 a.m., I'm going to either drag this again and we can put it there, or we can go into that edit icon and edit things, right? We can say this is actually at 10 a.m. It's not at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. This is where things get interesting, is when you have something that you're changing and we want to change something for every single event or just one event. So what we can do is we can drag this, and let's say it starts at 10:30 a.m. We're going to drop it there, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to just change this event? Do you want to change this and the following events, or do you want to change all of the events? So when I moved to that thing, it said, do you want to just change this one on November 15th that you just changed? Or do you want to change this event on November 15th and every event that follows in the future? Is that what you want to change? Or do you want to change all events, every event that has been programmed into this Google Calendar in the previous as well too? Do you want to change all of the events in the past and the future, including the event today? I know that sounds a little bit weird, but when you understand that feature, it is such a game changer when you're moving things around. So what we want to do is we want to change this and the following events. And so it changed this one today, it changed the one next week, and it changed all the ones for weeks to come. And so now we're starting to really set things up here. We're starting to set up more of a color coordinated system for ourselves. So let's say on Mondays, we also do grocery shopping at 1 to 3 p.m. So I'm going to go into here and go grocery shopping. And now we can go, okay, this happens, does not repeat. This repeats weekly on Mondays. This is right to this icon here, that color logo. It's going to pop us in here. We can choose this to be green maybe for groceries. And now we're set up in there. This is going to save, and it's going to be on our calendar moving forwards. The cool part about Google Calendar is it also links to your phone. So I highly suggest that you have this set up on your phone for yourself as well too, because we can link things to each other, and I can go log into my phone and be like, okay, what am I doing today? I don't always need to be on my computer, and I can actually see my Google Calendar on my phone as well too. The cool part is that we can also go, I want to remind myself that I'm grocery shopping on Monday at 1 p.m. So what I can do for myself is I can click on this, go to the edit icon, and I can go down to notification here. And this notification can send me something now where I can actually get an email or a notification to my phone and my laptop when an event is happening. And we can set up the frequency for this. So whether it's 30 minutes before that I want it, or I can add in even another notification and say, hey, I want to be reminded 10 hours before. I want to be reminded of this event 10 days before it happens. I can set up as many reminders in here as I want, and I can get them sent to my email, or I can get them sent to my laptop as well as a notification to my phone, and you get to choose this. So let's say you have an important work meeting with John. Meeting with John. I cannot miss this work meeting. I need to know about this work meeting. Like, I need to be reminded about this so many times that it's not even funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a 30-minute notification. I'm going to set up maybe a 10-hour notification. I'm going to set up a 2-hour notification. I'm going to set up a 5-day notification, maybe, depending on how far out this is. Maybe I want to set up 1 week away from when this is happening. I can set up as many notifications as I want, and I'm going to get pinged to my phone. I can get them sent to my email address. I can get things popping up on my laptop screen while I'm working, so that I can be constantly getting reminded about this thing so I don't miss my meeting with John. Okay? So now that we have that set up, you're starting to see the basics of how we can be using Google Calendar moving forwards here. And what I like to do is I like to actually go ahead and plan out, I call it the me first planning approach. So I want to plan out everything in my calendar before I put in all of my work stuff. So I can put in things like the gym. Maybe you can put in things like morning routine if you have a morning routine. We want to be just putting everything into our Google Calendar that happens for us personally, and this is going to help us understand where we can actually be finding the time for the other things that we want to get done. So I have my morning routine, I have my breakfast, and I'm just plugging in everything that I have for myself here now. And you're going to see why in a second. So I'm setting things up here, and now we can actually start to see that our calendar's coming together a little bit. Maybe I want to have my night routine from 9 to 10. This is where I unwind and just give myself some time to relax. I want to keep some things open on the weekends so I don't maybe have as much structure on the weekends. And that's what it's going to be looking like moving forwards. So once you plug in those personal things, now we can be plugging in work stuff. So you can do things like workflow periods. This is where I like to block off periods for myself where I can actually focus on the work that I need to get done, where I'm not taking calls, I'm not trying to do different things. These are things that I'm doing that allow me to really work on my business or work on those tasks that you need to get done. So again, we can come into here and go, does not repeat. Custom, I want to have a work period on Mondays and Fridays because I want to start my week strong and I want to end it strong. And boom, now we can set this up and we have our work periods there. We have our work meetings here on Wednesdays, and this happens every Wednesday from 9 to 12, let's say. And now we're starting to set up our schedule for ourselves. And once you have this kind of built out and you have more things plugged in here, you're going to be able to visually see where the time is throughout your weeks. So if John again messages you and says, hey, do you have time for coffee on Tuesday at 9 a.m.? I can look at my schedule and go, you know what, John? Yeah, I actually do have time for coffee at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. Let me schedule that in. John, okay? So boom, we have coffee with John in my schedule, but maybe I want to invite John to the coffee meeting on my schedule. So I can go into here and go to this edit button and I can go, okay, we are having coffee at coffee shop. Let's pick a random coffee shop here. I don't even know what these are. This looks like it's in Sweden or something. Czechia. So maybe we're having coffee at this coffee shop and I want to invite John into there. I'm going to invite him by typing in his email address. And I'm going to type in his email address. Let's say it's, here, I'll put in mine. Now I can actually invite John to this Google event. If he has a Google Calendar, it's going to pop up in his Google Calendar. If he doesn't, it's just going to send him an email saying, hey, David invited you for coffee at Cafe Slavia on November 14th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's going to show him, I'm real about this. I want to have some coffee with you. We can even type in a description to the event as well too. Maybe we want to talk about that business idea that we were talking about. And we can actually type in whatever we want in here. Maybe we want to add a file into here and we can attach something like, hey, remember when we talked about that thing? I actually made it into a document and I'm just going to attach it in here for you. Maybe you want to send them to a link. Hey, make sure you watch this YouTube video that helped me set up my Google Calendar. Hopefully you're sharing this video with him. And you can actually link this YouTube video into there as well too for him. And so now we can start to see that our meeting event is something that we can actually say, hey, am I going to this? Yes, no, or maybe. And so now we can see events look a little bit different when we've confirmed them in our calendar. If John was the one who sent us this event, we would see this event pop up into our calendar and it would go, hey, do I want to decline this? Do I want to say maybe? Or maybe I want to say no. And it's going to just block it out. Or maybe I changed my mind. Yeah, I do want to go to that thing. And it's going to actually go into our calendar now. And it's going to be something that, again, we can always change what it looks like. And we can make sure that we're setting up notifications for it so that we don't forget about our coffee with John or whatever it may be. And this is going to help us really be more planned and organized even with other people now as they're coming into our calendar. And so the next thing that I want to be showing you here is when you are in your Google Calendar, you can also set your calendar up like this, but there's another feature where we can start to create to-do lists in here. And so maybe today I want to start off my day and I know I have this workflow in here. And for my workflow, I want to be very organized. I want to be very structured and I want to get done specific things. So I can come over to this tasks icon on the right-hand side here and I can actually add some tasks into my day. So example 1, this is something that need to watch YouTube video. Date and time, we're going to do this today and it's going to happen at 9 a.m. Boom, we are in there now. And now we have this little to-do list that we're adding to the day. To-do list. Cool, eh? We can be adding stuff in throughout our weeks if we wanted to. There, it's going to pop up in here if did you see the difference that I did there? So this one was, if I clicked the time of the event, it went into my Google Calendar at the time. If I didn't include the time, it just popped up on this top part right here. So I can either choose time of the day for task, and I can go, this is happening on the 14th at 1 p.m. Boom. Popped into the Google Calendar there. Or I can go, this is happening Wednesday throughout the entire day. I just need to get this done. Maybe it's call Sally or something like that. Call Sally. And I can just say this is happening on Wednesday. Boom. It's in my task list now and it's popped up right there. We can actually be checking things off when we get stuff done. So let's say my example 1, once I got it done, I just went boom. This guy's done. Now he's off my to-do list. Maybe once I get into here, I can say marked as completed. Boom. Time of the day for this one, marked as completed. I can be checking stuff off as I go throughout my days. And that's just another feature that we can be using on Google Calendar in addition to the events that we're adding in here. The last thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is 2 calendar integrations that I highly suggest that you use to be more of a ninja with your Google Calendar moving forwards, and that is Zoom and Calendly. Zoom is for virtual meetings. You've probably used it in the past before. I highly suggest that you link your Zoom account to your Google Calendar because you can also schedule in your Zoom stuff right into your Google Calendar. So if I was going to go use my Zoom account here, I can actually set up a meeting on Zoom and invite somebody to that meeting, and it's gonna pop up on my Google Calendar in here without me even putting it into my Google Calendar. And it's gonna show people that the location of the meeting is the Zoom call. It's gonna have the Zoom call within the description of the event in here as well too. And it's gonna save you a lot of time than actually going in, setting it up on Google Calendar, and then making a Zoom and actually putting the link in there. You can just do it on Zoom and it will automatically go into your Google Calendar, and it will send everybody an invite as well too. And again, you can be updating the frequency of the notifications so that you make sure that you don't miss that. The last one is Calendly. Calendly is a booking system that allows you to just send a meeting link to people. And once you send that meeting link, they're able to actually go ahead and book in your Google Calendar. So I'll show you quickly what Calendly looks like. I would send somebody my Calendly link, and this is what screen that they would see. So instead of us going back and forth and being like, oh, do you have time at this time? What about on this day? I just send people a link, and then they go in and they can see what times I have available. So based on what my Google Calendar looks like, it's only gonna show them times that I'm actually available. So I'm never gonna get double booked for a meeting by doing this. It's gonna look at my Google Calendar, it's gonna go, oh, he has time on Thursday to take these meetings, and I can send this link to somebody, and then they're able to actually go in here. They're able to pick what time works best for them, and then once they fill out this information, it's going to automatically put this into my Google Calendar based on what your calendar looks like. It won't double book you, but also you can change the settings on Calendly for when people can actually book so that you can be more in control of your schedule moving forwards. You don't have to take the time to plug stuff in, and we'll do it all for you. I hope that you found this video helpful and that you're gonna use Google Calendar in your life moving forwards, because this has absolutely changed my life, and it's changed so many people's lives that I've gotten the opportunity to work with. And this is going to be something that separates you in the world today. If you know how to effectively manage your time and manage your schedule, you're gonna put yourself in a completely different league moving forwards. Make sure you like and subscribe, or drop me a comment below on something that you wanna learn more about, or if you have any questions, please drop me a comment, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at David Jaquetta. I always love getting into conversations and hearing about things that you guys want to learn about, and answering some of the questions that you might have. So I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope you have an amazing day.